Drew Scott shares humorous Instagram post about parental anxiety. HGTV star Drew Scott shared a humorous Instagram post about parental anxiety. On March 23, Scott took to his Instagram account to share several videos of his children, Parker, 2, and Piper Ray, 10 months, whom he shares with his wife, Phan. The clips showed their son and daughter exploring their house and the outside world. Scott paired the video with the song, Anxiety by Doechii. Parental exhaustion is what helps us cope with the anxiety #parenting, read the caption of the post. Scott's brother, Jonathan Scott, commented on the post, writing, "Haha." Several fans flocked to the post's comment section to share they appreciated Scott's sentiment. "So cute and adorable. That is a sweet, sweet age. Have lots of fun watching them grow," wrote a commenter. "This is the cutest and exhaustion stage. So many memories and pictures," added another. "Now the fun starts. They grow so fast, take time to enjoy each stage," shared a different person. "That's is brilliant, the kids are growing up so fast, and you are a brilliant daddy," wrote a fourth social media user. Drew Scott spoke about waiting to have children. Scott and Phan, who began dating in 2010, wed in 2018. They welcomed their first child in 2022. During a June 2023 interview with Drew and Jonathan magazine, Scott shared he believes it is for the best that he and his wife waited to have children. "I think it can actually be a good thing to spend a lot of years truly connecting with and getting to know your partner, and that makes us stronger parents," said Scott during the interview. He also said that he believes he has more patience now that he is a little older. "And on top of that too, I got to live out all my young goals and young passions. I didn't give up a part of me to become a parent. There are still things I want to do and I want to be a present parent, but I can be more effective with both because I'm a bit more mature," said Scott. Drew Scott shared how he realized Phan was the one. While speaking to Entertainment Weekly in 2017, Scott opened up about the beginning of his relationship with Phan. He noted that they met at a fashion show where she was working in 2010. According to Scott, he was drawn to his wife's energy. "She's beautiful, but she had this energy about her that I absolutely loved," said Scott to the publication. He also said that he realized Phan was the one during their second date. He said they were spending time with some friends and his twin brother. "We had some inside jokes that we were cracking, something from our childhood, and before I could hit the punchline of what the joke was, Linda said it. And Jonathan looked over at me. I remember him leaning in saying, 'Who is the girl that's in our head? How is she finishing these inside jokes from when we were kids?' That's when I knew that she was the one," said Scott during the Entertainment Weekly interview. Property brother Jonathan Scott shares commitment to rebuilding LA after fires that impacted family exclusive. The HGTV star and contractor outlines 5 steps, 2 aimed at mitigating the damage, and 3 focused on rebuilding resilient homes, in a new video. Jonathan Scott is hoping to help Los Angeles build back better after January's devastating fires. More than 2 months after the first fire broke out in Pacific Palisades, the Property Brothers star is offering information and advice to those whose homes were affected. In a new video debuting exclusively with POPL and DrewOnJonathan.com, the TV contractor outlines 5 steps to rebuilding to demystify the process for impacted homeowners. "The Palisades and Eaton fires have affected so many families, including mine," he says in the video. While Jonathan's own home, as well as those of his twin brother and co-star Drew Scott, and their parents were spared by the blazes, his fiancée Zooey Deschanel shared that her and sister Emily Deschanel's childhood home, where their parents still lived, was destroyed. "It was not a mansion, but it was cozy and lovely and unique and perfect to me," Zooey wrote of the loss in January. "The reminders of generations past all have vanished into thin air." Jonathan's video was filmed at the site of the Deschanel family home, with only the stone pieces, including the chimney and front entrance, still standing. "So many memories here. It's just heartbreaking," he says in the video. I try to focus on the steps of what we actually have to do to build back. Jonathan assures that the recovery effort in the city is actually ahead of schedule, with the vast majority of surrounding areas now having access to electricity and clean drinking water. The builder worked closely with LA officials to ensure the video includes the most up-to-date and accurate verified information. You're in charge of what happens to your property, so hopefully this will help you manage those next steps, he says. Know that the city and state have thousands of people working on everything, from cleanup to housing to even mitigating the labor and material shortages that are inevitable, to try and get you home. Steps 1 and 2 concern mitigating damage and loss, while steps 3, 4, and 5 involve the actual rebuilding process. The first step is to register with the Disaster Recovery Center, where victims can obtain a new property title, social security card, passport, and birth certificate if they were lost in the fires, as well as cancel utilities, all of which will help secure individuals' identities and property. The center will likely be open until April 18. Second, those impacted should sign up for debris removal by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, which requires registration and some paperwork, but is a free service. The last day to register is March 31, and anyone who had previously opted out can still opt back in prior to that date. Homeowners can also opt for private removal, though it can cost thousands, he says. Jonathan suggests individuals ensure their insurance has specific coverage for debris removal before going that route. He suggests starting step 3 while the debris is getting removed. While he encourages homeowners to embrace the original architectural diversity of the area, he reiterates the importance of prioritizing resistance to a range of natural disasters when building new homes. The celebrity IOU host suggests specific fire-resistant design choices, like reducing exterior overhang and fireproofing the underside, including wildfire ember mesh and vents, using tempered glass if you're in a fire zone, using Class A non-combustible materials, especially in regards to exterior elements, and being mindful of greenery placement. Resilient home elements can also be applied and implemented to every style of home, Jonathan says. The fourth step is submitting building plans, which, thanks to LA's expedited permitting process, can be quick if a house was built relatively recently. There's a one-stop rebuilding center in West Los Angeles, as well as rebuilding centers in Altadena and Malibu, some of the worst-hit areas. Additionally, any concerns can be brought to the Department of Building Safety hotline for rebuilding at 213-557-8441. This is a huge deal, Jonathan says of the process. They've also created a one-stop shop with every department represented to further support and avoid any late fee delays. Lastly, Jonathan encourages homeowners to be familiar with their insurance rights. He's aware of both positive and discouraging stories of insurance companies' responses to rebuilding. You have every right to be frustrated and upset, but I want you to also feel hope, Jonathan says. Jonathan Scott and Zooey Deschanel share a courtside kiss during date night at the Lakers game. Photos. Jonathan Scott and Zooey Deschanel aren't afraid of a little courtside PDA. The engaged couple was snapped sharing a smooch as they watched the Los Angeles Lakers take on the Portland Trail Blazers on Thursday, January 2 at the Crypto.com Arena. Don't hate your house with the Property Brothers star, 46, and the actress, 44, sported casual outfits for their date night at the basketball game, with Deschanel wearing a denim jacket and play ballet pumps. The new girl alum accessorized her look with a pair of gold hoop earrings, while her engagement ring could be seen on her left hand. Her fiancé also opted for denim, wearing a pair of blue jeans with a brown leather jacket and gray hoodie. The pair appeared to be engrossed in the game, which the Lakers won 114-106, with Deschanel captured gasping at one point during the tense face-off. Her and Scott's sporty date night comes after he opened up to People about their wedding plans, or lack thereof. "I can guarantee you we have done absolutely 0% more work," he joked to People earlier this month. "We've just had a lot of things going on. Maybe that'll be my New Year's resolution," We've got to get this wedding figured out. The POPLE puzzler crossword is here. How quickly can you solve it? Play now. After 4 years of dating, Scott popped the question in August 2023 while the pair were vacationing in Scotland. The celebrity IOU host chose the historic Edinburgh Castle to get down on one knee, and even got Zooey's 2 children, daughter Elsie, 9, and son Charlie, 7, in on the proposal. The sweet moment saw the siblings pull out a banner that read, "Zooey, will you marry me?" as Scott proposed. Never miss a story. Sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what POPLE has to offer. From celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. Scott told POPLE that he and his channel want to keep their wedding guest list more intimate, and they plan to hold a second event with friends after celebrating with a smaller ceremony. "We know that the most important thing for us is to be surrounded by our loved ones," he told POPLE in May. "And we're not planning to do a crazy, extravagant wedding. It's going to be pretty intimate. We will probably throw another party just for friends here locally," he added of the couple, who live in Los Angeles. Read the original article on People.